terms of well, MPG exists. So these two are the second and third most decorated players when it comes to major levels. But Little Mac is always scary. Little Mac is both to play and to play against. And Syrup had a real nasty scare a little bit earlier in pools against Stars. Like going to game 3, having some tough matches in pools. But when the kid gets going, it's just like that.
Just using that Psy ability to its fullest. Just
that wasn't even anything fancy.
No,
just like
one move about 4 times. It's set in stone there. But Peanut, again, Hollow Bastion. If you fortify stage control, much like we alluded to before, that house in the middle could just provide boons for Peanut there. And right now, even though the stock says another story, I was researching Peanut, and a lot of Little Mac disadvantages, they were saying like, oh no, Peanut thrives off of them. So we could see this swing right back in his favor, especially with KO Punch online. He might not want to keep it here, but it does get beat out in the end. And Syrup trying to get a rollback back throw out of the situation, but reversing the edge guard is Peanut. How will he guard the floating nature of Ness? Just faking him out, maybe. I mean, the threat of God has been put into, wow, yes!
Super nice stuff from Peanut. We're seeing the benefit of Little Mac in a matchup like this where, yes, you're one touch and you're gone, and stuff like PK Thunder and the PK Fire off the side, like all of these tools, back throw, like it's so easy for Ness to erase stocks. But one of the best things Little Mac has access to is an infallible ground game. These up tilts, these down tilts, up B out of shield, that jolt haymaker, the uppercut rather, is extremely good at punishing those who like to linger in air and like to cross up on your shield. It's just a matter of how can you find the openers, and that was a really nice string using the jab 1 to link together some of these tilts. Yes, using the F tilt as a reversal as well. You gotta force Syrup into this very horizontal game, but you're off stage again. How many times do you get away with it time and time again? Syrup just resetting the same position in order to take the jump and take the game.
Yeah, Syrup just recognizing that Peanut had the throttle for a good long while, and then it was that one-hit recognition. Obviously, probably it was a fair, but it was underneath that main platform, and Syrup recognized, all right, I have to go right now, otherwise Peanut will turn this around. He had momentum. You don't want to give Peanut, again, boxer mentality, you don't want to give him any sort of momentum going forward, because he can just take it and run with it, and that's why he just carried Peanut off to that side and used the fullest extent of Ness's aerial maneuverability and mobility to silence that final stock in that first round. But a lot more open nature on Town and City here.
You just want space to move.
Yeah, and it'll save from a lot of up B takeouts that Ness might be planning, or even some back throws. There's, a little bit of the platforms moving in and out might actually save Peanut as well, so long as he's recovering mid-level to the entire stage. So
it's an interesting dynamic that you kind of provide on this stage, because while you do have a lot of space in order to move as both characters, and a lot of airspace as well, man, Ness is it's so hard to make it back to ledge against. The kid can stay out there forever. But you do have a lot of game here when it comes to if you're able to stick on the ground. Harassing from above, though, that may be something that keeps Little Mac at bay. The down tilt into the side B, using that haymaker to great effect. True combo, by the way. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise.
Trying to keep him at bay, but that Gazelle Punch will leap over any obstacles and just claim stocks. But speaking of claiming stocks, oh my word, double neutral B into the shine, basically, and the back air. Just pile on the damage, and then that tried and true back throw that we all know from the Smash 4 days. Syrup is just catapulted himself right back into this.
It's from the Smash 4 days. Man has been killing with that for 2 decades. Like, it is one of the throws of all time, that's for sure. I mean, we're still seeing Peanut like really have a lot of game in this matchup, though. Like we're seeing him like try and play around so much of the specific tools. Ness just has such huge aerials. Gotta be careful with those top platforms though. KO punch online and trying to keep it like that for as long as possible. Playing around KO punch is huge, and one of the best things that I see Peanut do is play without utilizing it. Play without letting it rip, rather.
Yeah.
But that's going to do it. Yeah, that forward tilt is kind of crazy strong, and any means to force a resource out of Little Mac tends to mean death. It's like, oh, you air dodged? Sorry, you lose your stock for that. Oh, you jumped. You also lose your stock for that.
Yeah, it's such a shame that that move gets burnt out just by getting hit, because, again, when you have someone such as prowess nurtured as Syrup, it's just going to get burnt out. You have to expect it at that time. And again, we'll be advancing on #1 seeded today, proving it why he's established, going on winner's side. And
that was 3 2-0s.
Yeah.
Like top 32, like Pools was insane. Like I hope everyone watching Pools, and shout outs to our Pools commentators, both Nick District and Trash Day, and Ritual and Snivy.
Right.
All of them like had some really, really treats of these games and some really intensity. As it's been known, some of the best 2-2ers in the world.
Yeah.
But we're seeing a lot of just like really cemented matchups.
Yes.
So it's like you have to we're seeing like